Well, the 100% mortgage is back. Skipton Building Society is offering a product to get renters their first home. Liam?
Isn't it? We've been there before, Liam.
We have been in...
So wasn't it Northern Rock?
The problem is, as many young people who are renting will know, is you can't get the deposit together because you're paying so much on your rent. So that means the majority now of first-time buyers, particularly in London and the South East, and just below half across the country as a whole, they are reliant on the good old bank of mum and dad.
Yeah.
The average first-time buyer deposit now, it's not like 5 or 10 grand or an amount of money that an ordinary couple on ordinary wages might be able to squirrel together after 1 or 2 years of hard saving. The average first-time buyer deposit now is 62.5 grand.
That's
right?
Wow.
You can't save that. You need to be given that.
That used to be an expensive house.
Absolutely. Yeah. So Skipton is seeing an opportunity here, and they're saying let's give mortgages without deposits as long as you've got 2 years rental payment record of in your bank account that's similar to your mortgage, so you don't have to then use a deposit. They'll charge you a much higher rate of interest at the moment, like 5.5% rather than 5%, which will add up. But we have been here before, as you say, Andrew, because it was those 100% mortgages before the financial crisis, which meant that lots of people bought houses who, frankly, couldn't afford to buy houses, and then the housing market became a bubble, and that's what led to a big collapse.
So they've got to be careful. And Skipton, of course, is a small building society.
That's right.
Puts them on the map. They could be overwhelmed.
They could be overwhelmed, but what will happen is once Skipton do it, then others will do it because the regulators won't be able to stop it. It will be a floodgate. Look, now, I believe passionately, and I've been arguing all my adult life for, policies that mean young people can buy homes. It's absolutely what I'm about. And my instinct is to always help first-time buyers. But the only way you can really help first-time buyers is to build more homes.
Well, glad you mentioned that.
Rather than the supply-side policy, you need supply-side policies to build more homes, not juicing up demand by putting more buyers into the market, help to buy for the same amount of homes, because more demand hits a fixed supply of housing and prices go up even more.
Now, a big row over the Tories' local election results. One of the criticisms of Rishi Sunak is he dropped targets for house building. Particularly problematic in the South East, where the Tories did really badly. Simon Clarke, who was Housing Secretary under Liz Truss, I think, says it should be 30,000 more built every year. There
is a huge row going on in the Tory party at the moment about whether they try and out-NIMBY the Lib Dems and the Green Party or whether they go for more house building. And weirdly, it's like the centrist, soft Tory reform group, One Nation Tories, who want to be NIMBYist, and it's Ian Duncan Smith and co and Simon Clarke and the Trussites who want to say, no, we need to build more houses, we need to get more spades in the ground to try and control house prices by bringing more supply to the market.
Plenty of brownfield sites.
Well, I'd say to you, Andrew, this. The last PMQs before the local elections, Rishi Sunak said, we're concreting over the Greenbelt, right? That's actually factually wrong. The Greenbelt has more than doubled in size over the last 30 years, and I prove it in my book, Home Truths. The Greenbelt is now 13% of the landmass of the UK and rising, and total residential housing, their total acreage, including gardens, is less than 2%.
But, of course, the Liberal Democrats say, you can't vote Tory because if you vote Tory, they're going to build on the Greenbelt.
That's right. That's right.
What's been happening.
Even Vince Cable, the sort of high priest of the Lib Dems, he said in an interview with me, no one who is serious about housing provision can fail to have an honest conversation about the Greenbelt. And that was an on-the-record quote. Yeah, even the Tories now are becoming really, really NIMBYist. Look, there's a lot of rationality in being a NIMBY. I don't think you should be putting boxy houses at the end of nice villages. We should be building new towns. We should be building new settlements.
Eco-friendly houses. We should... Every house that goes up now should have a standard solar panels on the roof and excellent insulation.
Absolutely.
They're still not even doing that. And what's interesting hearing that about how there's a split in the Conservative Party, because I think those true Conservatives, we want growth. Right? We're hearing that all the time. And actually, Rishi Sunak could sell the concept of building houses as a growth policy.
He could. But in my view, He's being short-termist. He would deny that. He's being short-termist because he's going for the quick fix, juicing up the demand side, more help to buy, which gives an enormous amount of power to the big house builders, channels young people into often shoddily built, new-build homes that price crashes as soon as they move into them, but they're desperate because they want to get out of rented accommodation. They want to start a family. And then now he's also going for Lib Dem-type policies, getting rid of those housing targets. And Labour are moving directly into that space. Labour are now saying they will reinstate the housing targets. Yeah. And Labour are also now saying this morning, Keir Starmer's saying, that they want to put a cap on the extent to which foreign purchasers can buy new developments. That was a Tory policy until now. So Labour understand that if you want to help young people, if you want to get young voters...
And young people are not voting Tory, Liam.
They're not. And if the Tories don't solve this house-building problem, then who are going to be the Tory voters of tomorrow? No. And that's what the likes of Simon Clarke, Ian Duncan Smith and a lot of people from that side of the Conservative Party are calculating.